everybody, and welcome back to Multiplex Movie Melee. We are back with a team's debut match. We have got the team of Picture This, which is Chad and Dylan, versus the team of Sexual Chocolate. I might make Bill say that for the rest of the match, which is made up of Amaru and Ryan, a team that I believe was supposed to debut a couple years ago, but had to take a hiatus for reasons unknown. With me on the desk, as I alluded to, we've got Mr. Bill Carriola. Bill, thoughts on the match that we are going to see today?
Yeah, no, this should be fun. We got two debuting teams. None of these guys are, I would say, unfamiliar in this territory. So, honestly, this is going to be a good fun time. Also, my new favorite team name. You can guess which one. It is the chocolate one. So.
All right. Well, with that being said, speaking of that team, we will get started with our pre-match interviews, bringing in our first team, one of whom is having some very interesting cameras.
Phone fell over. My phone fell over.
And their manager, Scott. Fellas, as I alluded to, this was supposed to be a team longer ago than right now, but for reasons that shall remain nameless, things had to go away for a bit, but you're here. You're finally making your debut as a team. How are you feeling?
I feel like I've been waiting for 2 years since I was in the Schmodown for us to be this, for Cam to say Sexual Chocolate. I have been waiting. Sexual Chocolate. Let's go.
Sexual Chocolate.
This ain't the
Let's be real. The person we're waiting to host a match with the two of you guys in it is Boatman, so that Boatman has to say it. But until then, you can settle for the Canadian. Thoughts on your opponents? Thoughts on how you're going to do today?
Well, I know Chad. I've seen him play in different trivia areas, different leagues. So I know he's going to be a good one. Dylan, to me, he's the wild card. I haven't seen much of him. But I feel Armor and I, we're going to be very good together. Yeah, it's been 2 years in the making, but even in between that time, I've worked with some great team partners, been able to really find work. You know, I'm not a team savant, but I'm kind of at this point, I'm very experienced enough to know when you find the right teammate, you're going to be swinging for the fences, going for the goal.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I think I've seen Dylan and Chad play together in a couple other leagues, so it's going to be a good match. I'm excited for this one.
Good luck to Dylan and Chad. Better luck to us.
Yeah. For sure. So we'll say goodbye to Scott. And speaking of Dylan and Chad, those are two men who are on your screen right now. Guys, how are you doing? As has been alluded, you've apparently played together in other leagues, but you are here now. Thoughts on making your debut here in Melee? Thoughts on your opponents?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited just because, like you've said, Chad and I have played together in multiple leagues. It's fun just dipping our toes into every different format that is out there and just kind of figuring out what works best for us, and just continuing to grow that partnership. So yeah, I'm excited.
Right.
Yeah, I always love to play with Dylan. He's one of my favorite people. But I got some other great people in here that I really love as well. We got Amaru and Ryan. And great guys, great trivia competitors. Like you said, one of them was in the Schmodown. So we got to bring our
I did not say that. I said not a thing.
He said it.
It's pretty much the
it as a
no one wants to say the name.
I'm tooting it again. And yeah, so we have to bring our A game, and let's have a fun match.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, we will get into round number one, which is going to work like this. Round number one is going to be our general whiteboard round. You'll get 8 different questions in 8 different categories from the realm of general movies. You will have about 15 to 20 seconds to write your answer down on your whiteboard. If you get it right, you will get a point. If you get it wrong, you will not get a point. If you manage to get all 8 questions correct at the end of the round, you will be issued a bonus question worth an additional 1 point. Reminder to both teams that you have 3 repeats and a challenge to use throughout the match and keep both hands on screen at all times. Are there any questions?
Nope. All good.
All right, then we'll get into your first question, which comes in the category of biopics. Leonardo DiCaprio stars in what biopic directed by Clint Eastwood?
These are 2 dirtbag people, right? We could say that now. Yeah, I think we can all agree.
I mean, I think it depends on where you look at the one guy, because he's good for the environment, but he's bad for women who are half his age. 5,
Just think about it. His new
4,
girlfriend is so young, her
3,
high school experience was interrupted by COVID.
1. Pens down. So was mine. She ain't special. We'll go to Chad.
I said J. Edgar.
And we'll go to Rue.
J. Edgar.
And we'll go to Dylan.
J. Edgar.
And we'll go to Ryan.
J. Edgar.
Everyone is correct on our first question as we go over to Bill for question number 2.
Yeah. I mean, it had to be comedy. So there you go. What is the profession of the title character in Fletch? Another garbage person. Oh, wow. This is fun. Chevy Chase.
You
sucks.
know,
So.
Bill, you can't tell them that his profession is garbage person.
No, I'm just saying him as a
That's
human being.
Fences, not this movie.
Human being. But you know what I say?
I
Stop trying to
see.
make Fletch happen. It's not going to happen.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I hate you. Rue
Private investigator.
and Dylan
I just said lawyer. I'm not sure if that's right.
and Ryan
Damn it. I said reporter.
and Chad.
Yeah, I thought he also worked at like a newspaper. Maybe I said reporter as well.
Reporter, journalist is correct. So
Okay.
each team up to 3 points now. To get to your next question, the category of Westerns. Who stars as drifter Fred C. Dobbs in The Treasure of the Sierra Madre?
I have no joke for this. I'll continue to make fun of Leonardo DiCaprio. Anyway. I'm just kidding. He brings it on himself. It's fine.
I mean, he was in that one movie with that guy, which I won't mention because I don't
We're
know
not
if
allowed to
there's
talk
more
about movie
questions
names
about
right
his
now.
movies in this match. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Dylan.
I said Humphrey Bogart.
And we'll go to Ryan.
I also said Humphrey Bogart.
And we'll go to Chad.
Nope. I said Laurence Olivier.
And Rue.
And I went with John Wayne.
Humphrey Bogart is correct. So Dylan and Ryan getting the point on that one. I believe Ryan, the only person still perfect. As we go over to Bill. For
Not
now.
going to jinx it, but we're going to go into sci-fi fantasy is your next question. What is the first name of the mysterious figure in the rabbit costume in Donnie Darko?
So no joke, I had a student because I'm like teaching film right now, and I had a student in my class yesterday go, is this a good movie? Because for an assignment, they have to watch like a movie from the IMDb top 250 and write a review on it. And they went, is this a good movie? And I went, I've seen it 3 times. Do with that information what you will. 5,
Word.
Four, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Ryan
I wrote Frank.
and Chad
I also wrote Frank.
and Rue
Frank.
and Dylan.
Didn't have it.
Frank is correct. So the team with Rue and Ryan, whose name I don't want to say, takes the 1-point lead, the first lead of the match. As we get to your next question in the category of animated movies. What animated film's voice cast includes Ralph Fiennes, Sandra Bullock, and Steve Martin?
Now, these are 3 different people.
Yes.
They have also never been in my kitchen.
Have people we asked about earlier in this round been in your kitchen?
Only one, but I'll let you guess. So
Are you seeing people in your kitchen who aren't there, Bill?
I see
5,
dead people.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Ryan.
Yep.
And we go to Chad
Just took a guess. Despicable Me 2.
and Rue
The Prince of Egypt.
and Dylan
I guess Minions was on Chad's wavelength.
and Ryan.
Yeah, I was just trying to get that in the last part. The Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt is correct. So Sexual Chocolate extends their lead. Whatever, I'm saying the words now, Bill.
He said it.
So good. All right. Your next question will be in the category of recent releases. Armageddon Time is set in what decade? So
I'm gonna be honest. I looked at the question very briefly, and I didn't
Yeah.
look at the category.
Okay. Fine.
And I definitely thought this was a question about when the movie Armageddon was released.
Nice.
And went, wait a minute.
So I would ask, are you getting it? And Armageddon it.
4, 3, 2,
Sorry.
1. Pens down. We'll go to Rue.
So the 1960s.
And Dylan.
That's what I said too. 1960s.
And Ryan.
I way upshot it. I said the 90s.
And Chad.
I have no idea, but I took a guess. I was on the same wavelength, 60s.
All unfortunately incorrect. Looking for the 1980s. The 1980s is the correct answer, which I was confused because I thought I was asking about Armageddon, which I knew was not from the 1980s. As we get to your penultimate question in the category of Oscars, how many acting Oscars was Network nominated for?
This is a good movie, right? I've heard good things.
I mean, it had things that I won't repeat because that would constitute a repeat of the question, but you'd think
Yeah.
that therefore
Yeah, that's a lot of that's some hardware. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Dylan
I may have gone one too far. I went 5.
and Ryan
I said cover my bases. I said 4.
and Chad
I might have lowballed it. I said 3.
and Rue.
We're gonna keep the pattern going because I said 2.
One of you is correct, and it is Dylan. 5 is the correct answer.
Double
Thank you,
nominations. I thought so.
Thank you, Ned Beatty.
Thought so.
So,
Ned Beatty was my
Bill,
wild card.
take it away with the final question of round number 1. Is there no perfect rounds to speak of?
Yeah. Yes, there are, and this will come from a decade I was probably the only person on this call alive for, the 1980s. Heathers is set in what Midwestern U.S. state? This is a 5-star movie.
I love this movie. This movie
So good.
Hey Bill.
Yeah.
Bill, did you know that Heathers is also a musical?
No, why would I know that?
5,
I've
4,
only ever seen the apple.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Pens down. We'll go to Ryan
I said Missouri.
and Chad
I said Wisconsin.
and Rue
I said Illinois.
and Dylan.
I thought you said city, not state, so I'm not going to show my board.
Oh,
Fair enough. You all did, as far as I am aware, name U.S. states, but unfortunately, you did not correctly name it. The correct answer is Ohio.
I said
Ohio.
Loyola, so I should have.
So, with that being said, I have the score at 8-2 in favor of Sexual Chocolate. Is that what you have, Bill?
I have 8 to
Sorry,
6.
8 to 6.
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
how
I was
to
like,
read.
where'd the 2 come from?
8 to 6. As we bring up the wheel for round number 2. Round number 2 is our wheel round. We have brought up the lovely wheel from wheeltoside.com. There are 8 different categories on the wheel, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Our team in the lead can choose whether they'd like to spin first or defer. Whichever team spins, if they like what they get on their first spin, they can keep it, or they can spin again unless they land on opponent's choice. But whatever category they end up with on their second spin, they will then be forced to keep. You will get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece in your category, but you can go to multiple choice for 1. But reminder that stealing is available, so your opponents can take your points away if you get a question wrong. The categories on the wheel today are Harry Potter, Eddie Murphy, the 1980s, the 1970s, horror, comic book movies, rom-coms, and crime, as well as spinners and opponent's choice are on there. We will bring in the manager for Sexual Chocolate, who are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
We'll go second, right, boys?
Yeah, I'm good with deferring.
I have
Alright,
no
we'll go
preference, so
second.
yeah.
All right, deferring. So then picture this. This will be your first spin at the wheel. And you land on the 1970s. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
what do you think?
Chad, I mean, this is not our least favorite, but I also think there are enough other things that we could navigate better. I would say go for it.
Yeah,
Let's roll again. Spin again.
Yeah.
All right, spinning again. Whatever you land on, you will be forced to take. And And you land on the 1980s. 1980s.
All right, fair. It's got to be a decade.
Bill, you alluded to it earlier. You were alive during this decade, so I think you should take this one.
Absolutely, gentlemen. If you are ready for your questions, it's the category of the 1980s. All right, your first question. What baseball player appears as himself in The Naked Gun?
Also, Dylan, if you can just bring your hands up ever so slightly. Thank you.
Well, O.J. Simpson's not a baseball player.
No. I don't have any big name coming to
we're gonna
mind.
have
You want just multiple
multiple
choices?
choice.
Yeah. Multiple choice.
4.
All right, your multiple choice options are. Okay, cool. Your multiple choice options are A, Reggie Jackson, B, Dave Winfield, C, Kirby Puckett, or D, Mike Schmidt.
I really only know like the name of the first one, kind of.
I have no guess here, so I mean I'm good with going A if you want.
Let's just guess it. Final answer.
A is correct for 1 point.
Oh,
Let me tell you, the reaction from someone backstage when you mentioned O.J. Simpson was priceless.
Super good.
You're either welcome or I apologize.
Well, there we go. Your next question. In the 1980s, what kind of food causes the passengers to get sick in airplane?
It's the fish, Chad. I just watched this
Just
as
watched
part of
it.
my 24-hour live stream last week. It's fish. Final answer.
Fish is correct for 2 points.
And the lead.
Yeah, your next question. Who directed Spies Like Us?
Multiple choice, Chad. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, it's another spoof one. Let's multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, Chris Columbus, B, Robert Zemeckis, C, John Landis, or D, Martin Brest.
Oh,
Do you have an
that's
idea?
that's a good slate of directors there that could have all done it.
I don't think it's Zemeckis. I don't know.
You said Columbus, Zemeckis.
5,
Can I get a repeat
4.
of the options, please?
Absolutely. Is it A, Chris Columbus, B, Robert Zemeckis, C, John Landis, or D, Martin Brest?
I kind of want to say John Landis for some reason,
Okay, if that's what you're feeling, I'm down to go.
but it could be any of those. I don't.
Let's just.
5.
If
Yeah,
that's what you're thinking,
4.
let's go C. C.
3.
Final answer.
C is correct for 1 point.
Nice job, Chad.
All right. Your next question. What college is Joel trying to gain acceptance to in Risky Business?
Oh, I love that movie. Probably I don't know. Is it in California? I think.
Trying to think. California schools like.
God, and they come to his house. I don't know.
Let's just do multiple choice. Be safe.
4.
Multiple choice, please.
3.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, Yale, B, Princeton, C, Harvard, or D, Brown.
I think it might be Yale.
I was thinking Yale. So yeah, let's go with
right.
Yale. Final answer.
Yale is incorrect. Sexual chocolate chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, Yale, B, Princeton, C, Harvard, or D, Brown?
Yale was my first instinct, and Princeton was
I
my
was leaning
backup.
towards Princeton.
Yeah, let's go Princeton then.
Yeah, Princeton. Final answer.
I think that's it.
That is correct for the 1 point steal.
All right.
All right. And your final question in the category of the 1980s. James Caan's character in Thief runs a bar and what other kind of business as a front?
I have this on Criterion. Haven't watched it.
Oh, I literally saw this a few years ago.
And what other business as a front? Multiple choice if you don't know.
Look, I'm not 100% certain, so let's just play it
3.
safe. Multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, liquor store, B, furniture store, C, car dealership, or D, bakery.
Probably a car dealer.
That was Let's go with that. That was what I thought of when it. Yeah. Let's go C. Final answer.
C is correct for 1 point.
So
at the
with
end of that, I have 11 to 9.
that is what I have as well. So we will bring back in Scott. We'll bring back in the wheel. And the first spin is away. They land on the category of crime. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
It's not terrible, but we're only down by 2. I think we can afford to spin again and see what happens. What do you guys think?
I feel the same way. Ryan, how do you feel about crime?
Yeah, it's not my worst category, but I do feel I'm in the same boat as you guys. I think we can get something better.
Yeah, let's.
All right, let's take a shot and spin again.
Rolling the dice.
All right, spin again. Whatever you land on, you will be stuck with. And you land on Spinner's Choice. Do you need a reminder of the categories, or do you know what you're taking?
No, Ryan,
we'll
you still
with,
good with
Mr. Harold Potter.
I'm sorry, you guys were at the same time. What?
Harry Potter. We good with that still?
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
Harry Potter.
All right, Potter it is.
All right. We'll send Scott backstage. And your first question in the category of Harry Potter. What type of creature is Firenze in the Harry Potter franchise?
Centaur, right?
Yes.
Centaur. Final answer.
That's correct for 2 points.
Tie game.
Who plays Aberforth Dumbledore in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2?
He said Aberforth, right?
Aberforth, yeah.
Kieran Hines.
Yes, that's
Kieran
yes.
Hines. Kieran Hines, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. As long as you pronounced it close enough, you were good. In the Chamber of Secrets, how long does it take Hermione to brew the Polyjuice potion?
Pretty sure it's 1 month.
You sure on that?
Pretty positive it's 1 month.
Okay, yeah, I'm off on between weeks or so, but
4.
Yeah, I'll back
3.
1 month, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. In the Order of the Phoenix, what is shown to be Ginny's full-bodied Patronus?
Ginny's a horse. So, Hermione's not the horse.
No.
Luna's not the horse. It's a horse.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Horse, final answer.
2. That is correct for 2 points.
Because I know she's not the rabbit, because that was shown in the film. Yeah.
And your final question. In Goblet of Fire, what does Moody do in front of Barty Crouch that alerts him to Moody's true identity?
Sticks his tongue out.
Yeah, licks his lips or something, because...
Sticks his tongue out very quickly. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Any general description of it would have been fine. So with that, I have Sexual Chocolate at 19. Picture this at 11. Is that what you have, Bill?
That is what I have.
All right, then we will get into round number 3. Round number 3 is our Pick Your Poison round. The way this round is going to work is like this. Each team will get to choose what they want for a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4-point question. The categories they can choose from today are comic book movies, 2010s, war, actors and actresses, Alfred Hitchcock, romance, music, and recent releases. So we will let them choose what they want for their 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we will be right back. And we are back. Our competitors have had the chance to choose what they want for their 1, 2, 3, and 4-point questions. Sexual Chocolate has chosen their 1 in recent releases, their 2 in actors and actresses, their 3 in comic book movies, and their 4 in 2010s. Whereas Picture This has chosen their 1 in comic book movies, their 2 in 2010s, their 3 in actors and actresses, and their 4 in recent releases. It's all the same categories shifted over and over again. We wrote 4 sets for no reason. The way this will work is we will start with Picture This as they are behind, and we will ask them questions until either they have caught up or they've been mathematically eliminated. We will keep going until one team has won the match. So with that being said, Picture This. I will read you your questions, starting with the 1-pointer in comic book movies for Chad. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, your 1-pointer. Who plays Judge Dredd in 2012's Dredd?
That is Carl Urban. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Nice job, Jim.
And the 2-pointer for Dylan in the category of the 2010s. I do believe you need to hit all 3 of your remaining questions to avoid the TKO. Nope, you can hit just your 3 and your 4. You can afford to miss this question, only this question.
Oh boy.
Anyways, your 2-pointer in the 2010s for Dylan. Who plays David's friend Robert in The Lobster?
Friend Robert. His brother is. I think I'm going to say John C. Riley. Final answer.
That's correct for 2 points.
Good job.
Now you are in a position where you must hit all of the remaining questions in order to avoid the TKO. So we'll go to your 3-pointer in the category of actors and actresses. Who plays actress Madge Kendall in The Elephant Man?
I think this is Anne Bancroft, right? Chad?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Anne Bancroft. Final answer.
That is correct for 3 points.
Thank you, Oscar.
And the 4-pointer to take the lead and avoid the TKO in the category of recent releases is in the menu. What food item does Chef Slowick present to everyone at their tables that shows he has incriminating evidence on all of them?
They're tortillas.
Tortillas deliciosas. Yes. Tortillas. Final answer.
Brilliant movie.
That is correct for 4 points. Her line delivery of the word tortillas makes me crack up every single time. But they have avoided the TKO, so we will go over to sexual chocolate now with their questions read by Bill.
And luckily, I do not have to go anywhere because your 1-pointer is in recent releases. So, Amaru, if you are ready.
Yes.
Who stars as Patrick in The Banshees of Inisherin?
Colin Farrell.
That's correct for 4.
And we are in a situation where if sexual chocolate hits any of their remaining questions, they will win the match.
All right. So, Ryan, your 2-pointer in actors and actresses.
Mm-hmm.
Name both actors who play siblings Sam and Tommy in Brothers.
Wait, is that one? I believe it's Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire.
And your winners.
Chocolate chocolate.
Maguire and Jake Gyllenhaal is the correct answer. So with that, we will get into post-match interviews, starting with our unfortunate second place finishers. Picture this, Chad and Dylan. Guys, you played a hell of a match. Round 1, you kept it close. Round 2, I think 1980s just wasn't really one of the things you were necessarily hoping for on the wheel. But round 3, you guys came back, brought it insanely close, managed to avoid a TKO with an 8-point deficit, which is something that a lot of teams would struggle to do. And answering all of those questions with seemingly little to no hesitation. So nothing to hang your head about here. Thoughts on the match you just played?
I'm incredibly relieved and excited. Just to play with Dylan again it's always a pleasure because he's just a great partner. I believe like our first match over in opening night trivia or whatever the league is called. Sorry. We like put up like mega points and we still lost or whatever, something like that. And it's just like we're always like doing really well together unless we just have like a really bad wheel round or something like that. This wasn't that. I felt really good about getting a slice that we weren't that crazy about, and we still did really well. We would have also crushed that Harry Potter round. So, there's that. But putting it on there, I knew Rue knows his Harry Potter.
I was going to say, our biggest mistake was making our strength also Rue's strength. I think was one of our biggest
my big
problems,
one. So I was like, I have to at least.
But I mean, if we spin Harry Potter, you get all those questions, and then I think it's a lot closer. I think the checking down to multiple choice in the 80s was tough, but again, we didn't pass up huge steals because we checked down. So I think our teamwork is what I think has been excelling, even if we aren't winning. I think our teamwork is working really well. we would have moments where you were like, I think it's this. And normally we would talk ourselves out of it. But this time we stuck with our guts and we got those questions right. So I feel good, especially round 3. That was the one I was dreading the most, especially when they took 2010s as their 4-pointer and Actress as their 2. That was our strategy. And we kind of had to shuffle it on the fly. And I think we did a good job navigating. So I couldn't hang my head about this one for being our first match in this league. Like, I think we did really well, and I want to play more. Can't wait to play more. And props to those guys; they killed it, and they deserve it. So
yeah, congrats to Sexual Chocolate. They're going to go far. Obviously, Rue and Ryan are just so great, and they're just really nice guys. So it's an honor to lose to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. With a performance like that, I am sure we will see you again. But for now, we will say goodbye to Picture This. We will bring in tonight's winners. Bill, hit us with the name.
Sexual Chocolate!
Sexual Chocolate!
I gotta say it like that. It's
that boy good. That boy
Guys,
good.
This some would say this is a win 2 years in the making. And by some I mean you. You would say that, I would assume. But still a great match. Round number 1, it was pretty close. And then round number 2, you guys got spinner's choice and you absolutely capitalized on it, built up that lead. And then round 3, you were able to send it home. Phenomenal match. Thoughts on the match you just played?
Chad and Dylan, y'all killed round 3. Thank you for Harry Potter. I appreciate that so very much. That was beautiful. But yeah, me and Ryan have been waiting a couple of years now to play together, and I'm very happy with how that went, because as much as we've known each other for a long time, there's a lot of things that we cover for each other. So I'm really glad that we got this win, and I'm very happy at how it went.
I am too, actually. And then all that in between time while Amaru was doing his thing, crap, I didn't turn my notifications off. I will say that it has been fun still getting to play around the format here on when it was Warzone and then the Melee, really getting to test myself with other team partners, seeing who I can work with, depending on how I cover strengths or how they cover mine. And now that Rue and I have finally gotten the opportunity to play an official match, we definitely know that we definitely can back each other up. Can't wait to see what we're going to go through. And yeah, Dylan and Chad, they definitely amazed me in that last round because I'm going, oh crap, if they got that 4-pointer, the pressure is going to be all on me. And they did a good job with that.
It was a complete game from these guys, which is great for a debut match. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Chad and Dylan. They played great. They played really well together as well. So I think that's going to serve them well down the line. But I'm happy to see, obviously, Rue and Ryan get this win. Again, 2 years in the making. And the only other thing I will say is tortillas.
Yes. When I read the question, I knew if they said it, I was going to have to hold all of my self-control. But with that being said, a win pretty much guarantees that you will get another match. And I can tell you that in your next match, you are going to be playing another team. I don't actually know. But you'll be playing someone. We will see you, I assume, fairly soon. But for now, we will say goodbye to y'all. And we will go to final thoughts with Bill. Bill, final thoughts on the match we just saw.
Yeah, fantastic. Both teams. Nothing to hang anybody's head about. I mean, especially, I know it doesn't look good when you're getting a loss, but to come back from an 8-point deficit to force a round 3 of any kind, hats off to Picture This. I mean, they fought back, especially with a rough, not their best category for round 2, but managed to, navigate through it pretty well. So, yeah. And Sexual Chocolate crushing round 2, looking really great. It's going to be a fun time to watch both of these teams.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, we're going to bring things to a close. So I have been Cameron Holzman, and on behalf of Bill Carriola, Amaru Moses, Ryan Payne, Scott Harvey, Chadwick Webb, and Dylan Randazzo, as well as everyone here at Multiplex Movie Melee.
You did it.
I know the name. Thank you all for watching. Have a great whatever time of day it is that you are watching this match. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior. You'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a fair. Bye-bye.